Now, let's join Deer Gear's Wade Middleton and Mike Hawks as they set up a hunting area with the aid of the Yamaha generator.
Today, we came out to the deer lease and got to do a bunch of work that's going to pay off later on in the season. We brought the kids out, so we have some manual labor, some extra hands and whatnot. We had Ben and Logan here, and Wade and I. We set up places where we can do our hunting and be very effective. And we can put the deer where we want them in relationship to where our blind is, by manipulating the brush and by manipulating where our blind sets are.
Late summer is a fantastic time to begin getting ready for deer season. Hanging new stands, taking advantage of things you learned last year, late year, getting them prepared, getting the area, basically all set up so that you're not in there right before hunting season or during hunting season disturbing it. That's not to say you can't go hang a stand the day before and have success. I just like to play the odds and get things set up, get it trimmed, look at it, and really be able to work the whole area so that I've got all the opportunities lined up a little better in my favor when it comes time to get ready for a shot.
We're doing this stuff now in July. These deer have a long time to get used to these ladders being around, and our scent will dissipate, and everything will be in a natural setting for them, and they won't care one bit.
Proper stand placement a lot of times is easily overlooked. A lot of times people will say, there's a straight tree, I can hang my stand right there, and off they go. Well, that's not necessarily the thing you need to do. You really need to pay attention to where you're setting your stand up. Is this a feeding area? Is it a bedding area? Is it an area they're just coming through? Kind of really study the area, find out what you've got, and then you can place your stands at an angle to best be prepared for everything that's going on around you, to include paying attention to what the seasonal wind pattern is. A lot of people just go out and randomly throw up a stand, not thinking about which way the wind will be blowing, and they end up with busted shots.
Another common mistake people make, they come out and they work real hard and do the same thing we've done, is they clear too much brush. You've got to have shooting lanes, but you cannot have your blinds out in the wide open and deer being around them because they're going to spook them. But when you start clearing the brush, when you get your blind set where you want it, and you start to clear a little bit, you have to have at least two people. You can't do it by yourself. You run yourself to death. Somebody needs to be up in the stand. Like today, we put Wade up in the stand, and I'd take the chainsaw, or Ben would take the pole saw, and we'd cut only where Wade said. Wade says, cut this limb, we cut that limb. You don't just start trimming stuff and then climb up there and look and say, oh my God, I trimmed too much. Because it's not going to grow back. Once you cut it off, it's done. So you need two people. You need something that can reach way up. You need a good solid ladder, a chainsaw, a pair of nippers, a pole saw like we had. We had a Yamaha generator. We could use an electric pole saw. If you have the right equipment, it's pretty easy.
Summertime work on a deer lease allows everybody to get involved in it. I mean, it means your friends, your families, your kids, your buddies, everybody can come out. You can cut up a little bit, you can go into town and eat.
You work hard, you play hard, you get stuff done, the kids learn, they learn how to run a chainsaw, drive the four-wheelers, they get to have a good time.
I just like coming out and being outside with my family. It's all great, just makes everyone closer with each other.
Get some work done, and you're going to sweat, you're going to work hard, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of self-satisfaction that goes along with that. If you wait, everybody puts things off, and it'll never get done. And this is the most important part of your hunting season right now. If you really want to be a hunter and you want to be effective, you've got to come out and get this stuff done. You don't just show up at the deer lease when deer season starts and throw some corn out on the ground and hope some deer show up. We're going to go build these places and make them right, where we've got shooting lanes, and we're not going to have a big snafu where the big deer comes in and we don't quite get him because we should have trimmed that one limb over there, or the blind was too tall or too short, or whatever happened. We're going to take as many of those variables out as we can and make it right. And that's what we do. That's what the guys that kill big deer do. Preparing now so you can have a successful November, December, January is paramount. I mean, yeah, people get lucky. They go out and sit in a tree and just hope something comes by and a big one comes by and they kill it. That's about 1 out of a million, fellas. I mean, we are narrowing the odds, and this is like a bass fisherman getting his tackle ready before the tournament and scouting out the lake. This is the same exact thing. We've got to have everything in place so when we come to do our hunts, we've got everybody ready, and it's just like plugging in a video. I mean, it's going to play, and it's going to play out like we want it. We're just cutting the odds down to where it's like going to Las Vegas and only having 26 cards in the deck.
Hard work pays off eventually.